Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Sen, your executive producer, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms. Those being Jeremy Alexander, Samantha Bates, Cat Waterflame, and L. Without whom we would do nearly as much of the things we do now. So, thank you for support over the years. And if you're watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Lancer, the Demon Core. I'm Sen, your game master for the evening. I'm joined this week by Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Helena, call sign Fury, piloting the Black Witch Beetle.
What was the name on that?
Beetle,
Beetle. Got it.
mhm, as
And
in the bug.
Shani or William.
Hi, I'm Shani, or William, and I am playing Shani Dragonheart, call sign Valkyrie, who is piloting the SSC Atlas Hjorthrimo.
And Andrew.
Hello, I'm Andrew, playing Skylar Shepherd, call sign Phoenix, piloting the Knights of the Rose Banneret Frame Patience.
All right. And when last we left off, our intrepid. As always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, and this stream is powered by Sirenscape, or it will be when I open it up. Uh, so when last we left off, the Lancers of the Demon Corps had been assigned, tasked with an assault of a Horus space station in the local space of the Hysinian conflict that they are currently inserting themselves in the middle of, at the request of the Hysinian people. And specifically, they're going to try to retrieve some data, potential data relating to the code that was discovered in the assimilated, or in a captured assimilated mech. It seems that the assimilated are some sort of bioweapon that has been grown in such a manner that has been sort of basically creates artificial pilots, and sort of a biological fusion between pilot and mech, from what they could gather, uh, which is intrinsically horrifying. And at least one of our pilots still isn't doing all that well with that knowledge and information.
Mhm.
Um, but the source of that code seems to be Horus made, or at least it's similar to some of the code coming out of this Horus satellite, which is why our Lancers are heading that way. They devised a plan to divide and conquer, sending their mech associate pilots separately to infiltrate the facility from the top of this sort of nail-like um, space station. The space station, once again, being referred to, being named Nail in the Palms of the Lamb, or the Nail in the Palms of the Lamb. Um, the Because Horus. Um, so yes, the NPCs are going to be going to the top of the nail to try to infiltrate there and retrieve data, while the Lancers are going to be launching themselves into the docking solution of the space station in order to become a distraction and hopefully draw what forces they were able to detect aboard the ship to them. We rejoin our Lancers aboard their ship as they are beginning this phase. The NPCs have already launched themselves out of the mech, out of the ship on approach, and are approaching basically alternately to you, as the attack shuttle that you are on basically races straight for the docking bay. Are there any last minute preparations you're doing in about 10 minutes? You're going to be launching.
Valkyrie is mostly taking the last few moments to get used to the new frame of her mech, which is now a suit of power armor, so just sort of getting used to how it very slightly extends all of her limbs.
Mhm.
And just her new reach, and because it's very similar to her fighting style outside of a mech, slight alterations. So she's just sort of getting used to the environment of it.
Doing some backflips and cartwheels.
Sort of, yeah.
Right? Anyone else?
Making sure
Yeah.
that the sound system in this new one works the same way. So just
Okay,
noises.
good.
She's lugged a man portable version of a Cyclone pulse rifle along with her.
Andrew?
Phoenix is in mech, plugged in, as it were, and hits a control on her mech that is linked up to the strike shuttle, and a tiny hatch pops open and her Thorn satellite flies out to properly orbit the Horus one.
All right. So, a couple things happen on approach. Go ahead and what is there a what are all your relevant skill triggers at the moment?
Good question.
Da, 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 da. Apply fist to faces, assault, leader inspire, patch, read a situation, stay cool, survive, and take control.
I have act unseen or unheard, hack or fix, spot, stay cool, and survive.
Charm, get somewhere quickly, spot, stay cool, survive, take control, and take someone out.
Go ahead and everyone give me a spot check.
Sure. I got a
Cool.
plus
One that
4.
I don't have.
13 for me.
I'll take a read a situation from you, Valkyrie.
Mm. 6.
6.
All right.
A terrible roll.
Fury and Valkyrie, you're sort of
Nothing.
focusing in. This is maybe appropriate, honestly, for Phoenix. Phoenix, you're sort of just monitoring your satellite as it launches out ahead of you, and it is not reading any signs of activity.
Curious, like no signs of life at all.
There are signs of life, but no activity. It's odd. Like there are like heat signatures coming from inside the station, but it doesn't seem like anything is no. It doesn't seem like any of the station's like systems on the station are operating. There's like the doesn't seem like any of the 3D printers are running. It doesn't seem like there's any outgoing signals or incoming signals. Um, like sort of as far as as far as a datascape is concerned, there's no current operation happening. And this is coupled with a message coming from the pilot, Haller. Lancer, there's something weird's going on. Be prepared for I don't know what. I'm getting a docking solution being sent to the ship.
I mean, they are expecting us as incoming people in need of potential repair, aren't they?
I haven't sent a message yet.
Ah, that's fucking wonderful. All right, get ready for Horus bullshit.
Maybe they already know we're on approach, and having seen some of our pieces fly off, as it were, maybe they picked up on that and are expecting something. Expecting to get some repair work done, but I can't. Wait, when did you receive the docking solution, Hauler?
Just now.
That doesn't make any sense. I'm tracking things through my satellite and no data activity is transmitting at all.
Fuck, their Mirage is already messing with our systems.
So be ready for Horus bullshit, is what I'm hearing, Haller says.
Copy already prepared.
All right.
Either they're paranoid sons of bitches, or they really have already figured out what's going on. Valkyrie shoulders the cyclone pulse rifle and picks up the like sword hilt that forms the basis of her energy blade, of her charge blade, as she just sort of puts that on her belt.
But yeah, the ship approaches in and docks in the docks in the space station. Uh, the space station, the cradle catches and holds the ship, and your the hatches for your mech launch pods open up, and you are
Yep.
able to launch out onto the docking station.
Present. Let's get in there.
Yeah. As they're preparing for that, Valkyrie will contact the bridge. Holler, what's the environment look like out there? What's atmosphere look like?
Um, as far as my senses are reading, there is atmosphere, breathable. Nothing odd or significant showing on senses. Of course, I'm also not getting any activity from data. What? How did this get into the system then? She seems to be very distracted by the thought of like how she got the docking solution in the first place.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. We're
You're
already
thinking too
dealing.
much about this.
We're already dealing with paracausal tech. Don't strain your brain.
Oh, lovely.
All right, Lance deploying.
All right, so the three of you drop out and land on a fairly wide docking berth. This is very clearly designed for ship and mech scale maintenance and repairs. It is completely inactive. There doesn't seem to be any signs of activity or life. There are a set of running lights that are illuminated, sort of guiding you towards a particular entrance that is open.
Okay.
Headlights on the chest of the Atlas suit turn on as she just sort of pivots and tries to take in everything. Everything else is completely dark.
Yeah, there's no lights are on except for those running lights. You sort of swivel around. You don't see anything particularly odd. It's a fairly standard industrial esque space station, on the inside at least. Uh, this is a large but standard docking bay. No turrets, no mechs, no lances.
All right. Keep heads on a swivel and let's move. See if there's any doors other than the one we're being walked into.
There are other exits to the docking bay, but they all seem to be closed.
Based on our understanding of the layout, which way does the door that's open go?
Seems to just go deeper into the core of the station.
I don't like getting funneled. Can we check the other doors to make sure they're locked?
They're closed. Whether or not they're locked is you don't know.
Can I go up to one and try and
Absolutely.
open it?
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me just give me either a systems or a hull check
Ah,
for how you are trying to open it.
let me pull up my systems or hull. – those are both 1. So this is gonna go well. That's a 3 because I've rolled 2 2s so far.
Uh-huh. Which one is that?
Uh, systems.
Systems. Yeah. So you go over. You try to connect to the. You try to connect to the station in order to sort of force the door to open, and there's just no signal. Like there's nothing to connect to.
We
It
may
seems to be powered down.
not have a choice there. It's the power's off. Unless we want to just brute force open the door and walk through the darkness.
I don't like this. We're very clearly being funneled somewhere.
Make a. It's not really a listen check. Make a read situation check for me, Valkyrie.
Okay. Let's not roll like shit this time. 14.
That's better.
Something about this strikes you as familiar. And you've you haven't used this tactic, but you've seen this tactic used before. From the military of your people, whose names I can't think of off the top of my head. This is it can end a couple of different ways, but at least the opening from what you're looking at right now seems to be a dead man's gambit, also known as a Loki's grin, which is basically you open the doors and you let them come in, which most of the time puts your enemy in a position that you can have prepared ahead of time. By making all other entrances basically inaccessible or extremely more difficult than the one that you let open, you basically guarantee how you meet your enemy. It does require knowing that your enemy is coming, and a lot more prep than you would have thought they would have had. And also is also a fairly high level military tactic that you haven't really encountered in a lot of other places.
Loki's grinning at us right now. This is going to end badly. They've had a lot of time to prepare this if they've set up this kind of entrance gambit. They've had time to prepare the battlefield, which means they knew we were coming, which means paracausal tech is definitely at play because we didn't know we were coming fast enough for this to happen.
Okay, you keep saying this word and I don't understand what it means.
Which word?
Paracausal.
Stuff that exists outside the normal rules of cause and effect. The effect happens before the cause does.
Right then, time to get chaotic.
Essentially, something that exists outside of the traditional flow of time. Horus Tech likes to deal with that kind of thing. The effect happens, and the cause won't have happened for another little while. They're responding to an invasion that hasn't happened yet by setting up a trap that will then respond to said invasion when it arrives. It's a load of brain bending bullshit that you have to deal with when you're dealing with Horus Tech.
Right. Well, if we want to blast open a door, I can put down a mag field and have you all fire into it, and then when it sort of times out, it'll do a nice big explosion.
Hang on a minute. As I walk over to a different door, how thick is it?
Make me. What skill would you want to use to sort of register that, or do you just want to make a hull check and see?
I mean, I was gonna see if it's thick enough that I could cut through it with my charge blade.
These are blast doors. So you don't know if you'd be able to cut through it in the
Mhm.
first place. This is the sort of thing meant to sort of withstand atmospheric decompression and uh, potential hostile ships in the
Yeah.
docking bay. You imagine the interior doors or bulkhead doors might not be as sturdy as these, but these are fairly standard dock blast doors.
Mm.
They can withstand a
We're,
lot.
we're probably not going to punch our way through these blast doors, but if we find any doors in the interior that are less durable, we might be able to cut our way through there.
All right. Are you saying head down
Yeah,
through?
we're going to have to walk through the first door of this grin, and then see where we can break out from there. We need to find the first chance that we think we can actually take to deviate from whatever their plan is for us, because they're preparing the battlefield to make it to their most advantage.
Right.
Are there any control panels on adjacent to the doors?
Not that are visible on the exterior.
Don't.
I have a
Though
question.
if you looking inside the door that's open and waiting for you, there is one like just in the inside of those doors.
Hmm.
Could I use, so I have this system called Black Ice Module. Tech
Mm-hmm.
attacks against you and or adjacent allied characters receive +1 difficulty.
Yes.
Subsequent tech attacks. Um, could I like it's supposed to be used like during a battle, but could I use that, have that on to try and mitigate some things that might be incoming at us
I mean,
as we
yeah,
move forward?
that's just the thing you have active. Basically,
Okay.
you've got Black Ice protocols initiated.
Yep. Okay.
Any tech attack that comes in at you or anyone adjacent to you is at +1 difficulty.
Gotcha. Okay. I will relay that to the team then. Stay close.
Yeah, stay next to
My systems can scramble it a little bit.
Needle, and let's move in and try and find our first way to deviate from this path.
Beetle.
Beetle.
The bee.
Beetle. Yeah. Now let's move forward as
All
she
right.
sort of draws the energy blade, ignites it, and tries to walk forward by the light that it gives off, sort of holding it like a torch.
You walk in through that door that's already open. You follow it down a little ways before you find your first like sort of potential off branches. Um, you can tell where the doors are, though it looks like they've been sort of like plastered over with sheet metal. But the thing that grabs you more, Valkyrie in particular, is there's writing on the sheet metal on both sides. It's in the language of Umber Tacanis, and it's a story. It's like sort of a child's story. Um, it's meant to be read out in sort of a rhyming, like sing song voice, but translating doesn't really keep that same effect. Um, Translating it to the common tongue doesn't really keep that same effect, but it's effectively a story about um, it's effectively a boy that cried wolf story.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of a wolf, it's a dragon, and you're pulling the dragon's tail, that kind of thing. But you're still sort of like just seeing the first stanzas of it, starting on one side and completing on the other.
Whoever set this up knows too much
About what?
about my home.
Hmm.
This is a draconian fairy tale set in a draconian trap. Can I see any passages that seem weak enough to break out of this?
That'll be a spot check.
That's just a straight d20 for me. 11.
11. It looks like if you don't want to follow the lighted path, the sheet metal is not particularly reinforced. You could probably slice your way, given enough time and enough force, you could probably slice your way through either direction, either left or right.
Can I scan the sheet metal and see if there's any like explosives placed inside of it or like any kind of
Yeah.
countermeasure if I start doing that?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me just a systems check.
D20 again. 17.
Dean, it seems like there are active systems in the doors on both sides. Your best guess is that it will be a trap, something that would set off as soon as it gets cut through. But as you sort of scan it, your HUD like wiggles a bit, and you sort of like look to see what the interference is, and sort of rolling across the bottom of your vision, almost like a news ticker. It just says in the language of Umbra Draconis, the clever fox knows when he is caught.
Mm.
I'm sick of these fucking mind games. And she sort of looks down the hall. Can I see where the path continues, or does it terminate, or is there any like further?
There's an open door at the end of the path.
All of these passages are trapped. I say as I sort of look up and down. If we try and cut our way out, we'll be running into whatever they've set on the sides.
Well, that sort of blocks off all of the avenues of approach. What are you suggesting?
They're ferrying us somewhere directly. They know we're here. They know why we came, presumably. They don't want us dead yet, or they would have simply set off something explosive in the lobby.
Okay.
Seems we have little choice but to meet them and see just what it is they might want from us.
Clever Fox knows when they're caught. So let's see what our captors decide they want to do with us and be ready for a fight. Keep eyes out for weaknesses. Anything that looks like a chink in the armor. We might be able to talk our way through this, but I doubt it.
All
Horus
right.
is notoriously cagey, and someone here has knowledge of my home.
Very well. Keeping an eye in the sky.
And she will keep the energy blade in the guard stance as she walks further down the hall.
On the HUD of Phoenix's mech, she just takes the window that her satellite feed is coming from and just drags it out a bit more, make it a bit bigger.
Are you looking for anything in particular, or just making sure it's there?
Making sure it's there so I'm not surprised by anything that might be sneaking up on us.
All right.
Because
So
once once the banneret gets into position on a battlefield, the satellite moves into a semi-geosynchronous orbit with it.
So, you finish getting down the hallway. The door that you walk through at the end opens up into a large, dark room that has sort of running lights just leading you towards the center of it. And once all three of you are beyond that entrance, the door behind you slams shut. And you all hear a voice echoing, sort of in a sing song manner, saying something that two of you don't understand. But Shani, Valkyrie, you recognize this voice is singing that children's story that was written on the walls. It's a gruff, masculine voice that has an accent that would come from Umbra Draconis. Make a what are your chess skills triggers again?
Apply fist to face, assault, leader, inspire, patch, read a situation, stay cool, survive, and take control.
Yeah, read a situation check.
Fucking
Our rolls.
You're not certain. You're not familiar with all the ways that a Loki's grin can end. So you're not quite sure what the gambit here is, but this would be the person that was pulling it.
in the draconic language, she will sort of call out. Loki's grin smiles wide, but I yet to see the purpose.
The purpose is, you all hear this voice echoing through the room, to see why the famed dragon riders of my homeland are in the system uncalled for.
Because our homeland is gone.
Ah, our homeland lives. The planet is gone, but the people survive.
What do you know?
I know much. You may call me Mimir. You make me another. Just make me just give me a d20 roll real quick.
9.
That's fine. You've heard of a Mimir before. Obviously, you know the mythological references. The god of wisdom that plucked out Odin's eye. As far as your understanding, Mimir was the name of one of the draconian scientists or like researchers that was in charge of the super soldier projects that created you.
Yeah.
And others like you. Like that was the only time you ever heard that name was in reference to basically the person that was in charge of creating and refining and experimenting with the super soldier basically genetic formula that you are created from.
Yeah. So should I be calling you grandfather?
You may call me father, grandfather, or whatever denomination of that you care to. Some call me maker.
I am Shani Dragonheart of the Umbra Draconis Dragon Raiders. But you know me, you've probably already scanned my record.
I did. Which is why I'm curious. What do you know of the fall of Umbra Draconis?
Little and less. One day signals stopped coming. The fleet I was part of, unable to communicate to the homeland and having no word, lost its direction and began to dissolve. I took the soldiers that I had under my command and those who would follow me and journeyed far and found my new home.
You never went back home to find out what happened?
I couldn't find its location was gone.
And if I were to tell you where it was, what would you do with that information?
I would seek closure, but I have a new purpose now.
Purpose is good. Purpose is good. So tell me, Dragon Rider, what brings you and your lancers to my home?
What do you know of the techno-organic virus that has been unleashed upon nearby worlds?
Unleashed is a inaccurate terminology. Purchased by nearby worlds is a more accurate terminology.
So you know where it came from.
Of course, I created it.
Why am I not surprised?
The perfect soldiers. Man and machine merged together into
Is
a
that what you would have made
single...
of us if you had the time and resources?
Is this all still in Umbra Draconis, so we can't understand it?
No, it's in common.
It's in
Oh,
common now.
okay.
Yeah, the singing was in
Yeah.
Draconic, but
I
the
wasn't
talking
sure.
is
I wanted to make sure.
this talking is not. That is what you were prototyped for. The Dragon Riders were the first step, the first attempt. We refined the formula.
Your
What?
creations are lacking in comparison.
We did
My
not
raiders
send.
and I have defeated them more than once.
We did not send the perfect versions to the people that wanted them. We sent stages. You have not faced the complete creation. So, you come here to find me. Presumably, you come here to find my code. Your minions, they are finding what they think they seek. But you are more interesting to me.
And why is that?
Because you should be dead. The Dragon Raiders, along with a good portion of the Draconian military, had, what's the best way to put it, expiration dates bred into the code. But you still live. An evolution. An unforeseen glitch.
Valkyrie, what are we doing here? We're wasting time.
And she sort of hand signals for the other ones to sort of like see if we can find a way out of here because we're currently locked in a box while she keeps talking.
I start moving around.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do the same
Alright.
on the opposite side.
You looking
Like
for
a-
anything? Want to make spot checks or something else?
Yeah, spot checks. Trying to find any sort of like cracks in whatever is not maybe so much. I guess I'm looking for any sort of like way to disrupt. I guess I'm not sure if this person hasn't shown this off. It's just been like a voice, any
Right.
sort of way to cut off like visual or however this person might be sensing what is going on in here, because I'm betting they're not in here. That'd be way too dangerous. They can be anywhere in the station. So I'm looking for like in the more in the electronic systems than like physical door stuff.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a hacker fix then.
Okay.
And Phoenix?
By contrast, looking for flaws in the any walls or doors I can see, and whether or not it might be possible to either bust open a door or make our own one.
All right. Go ahead and give me a spot check then.
I got an 18.
14 for me.
All right, 18. Fury, you're sort of looking at your sensors and
That's a
going
20,
through your
actually.
information as you're scanning.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, with the 20, yeah. And something odd is happening. You've got the enemy readout from the initial scan on,
Mm-hmm.
and you're watching that list of enemy mechs disappear. The Lancers aren't there.
Our
Mirage
Lancers?
isn't there. No, the
The
two
other.
Lancers that were listed, not there.
Ah, okay.
The Nightmare's not there. The Mirage isn't there. The Virtues aren't there. The only thing you're seeing now on that list of like scanned enemies
Mm-hmm.
are the garbled data.
Okay. Does that.
You are getting a sense of like sort of an energy readings all throughout the room. There seems to be some sort of photon barrier that is on currently.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty certain that that is acting as sort of like a force shield around what seems to be a large open space that you're in. It's hard to see because it's not lit at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be a hollow space underneath you, though the floor is solid, and the room itself goes up quite a bit. You're not getting any sort of indication of like a speaker system or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not certain how he might not be in the room. He might be in the room. You're not certain how he's speaking into the room, though.
Is it like audio external or is it audio directly into our like helmet feeds, essentially?
It's audio directly into like your mech communications feeds, basically.
Mm.
But you're not. But there's no incoming signal,
Yep.
so you're not certain how he's talking to you.
Like it. Okay. What did
Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Yes.
Got a 14.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one door.
And it's the one we came in from.
The one you came in. There seems to be some sort of floor hatch. Like it seems like the floor is entirely like should open up, but you're not seeing any way to open it up. You could potentially blow a hole in it. There definitely feels like there's some sort of something beneath it, like some sort of space beneath it, but you're not sure what's beyond that. Just initial feeling of a space beneath it. And your mech is also picking up that sort of some sort of energy flowing, running through the room.
Which point,
So we're locked in a giant Faraday cage, and I'm fairly certain something is going to come at us through that hatch in the floor.
which point, Valkyries. I and the soldiers under my command have felt no degradation, no collapse. We're all still functioning perfectly fine.
Which means that either there's been a mutation or someone fuddled with your genetic code.
I do need to ask, are you really Mimir, or are you an Eidolon wearing his face?
That is a good question. I guess the real question is, would it matter either way?
I suppose not.
Come
Come,
then.
Loki. Open your mouth and let us see what is inside.
Gladly, though beware the consequences of a god bearing his fangs. The lights in the room flash on. You're all sort of temporarily set aback as all of a sudden the room is perfectly lit. You can see that you are in. Hang on.
I have this map.
A large arena structure. There are some data readouts on the walls. There's one entrance in and no apparent exits out as far as you can tell. You can now see this photonic, basically, force shield that is engulfing the arena that you're in, which is going to prevent internal or external movement until it's shut off. And then, sort of in roughly the middle of the room, the space in front of you tears itself open.
Oh, lovely.
And out steps a single mech. Where did I save it? Where did I save it?
Well, good news. I think their allies don't actually exist. Bad news. I don't know what that is. It's much smaller.
The mech is roughly the size of Valkyrie's Atlas, though it seems to be made up of interesting choices of tech. It's got this sort of demonic looking face guard to it, and much bulkier in certain places and then lither in others than Valkyrie's Atlas. All of you can recognize pieces of this seems to be some sort of combination of a, hang on one second.
Caliban?
It seems to be combinations of a Caliban and an Atlas. And as it steps through this rift, in this sort of bleak space rift, the suit that scrambled data that you were seeing, just translates instantly to "Beware, I am your enemy," which seems to be the name of the mech.
Oh, that's helpful. That's very helpful. Just sort of labeling it specifically. I appreciate it.
So, we're going to go ahead and start. And due to a trait that he has, he's actually going to take the first move.
Nice.
To the Roll20 view. Turn that part off. And let me go ahead and get over here and get the Sirenscape up and running. Since I have somewhat forgotten to turn that on.
Okay, we needed to hear the monologuing.
Yeah, that's all
very
I'm
good.
Go with.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I am insulted that you threw a mech the same size as me at me.
Don't worry. So, on his turn, he's got, in one hand, he's got what is very clearly a Terashima blade. You can tell from the make, it is a finely crafted weapon. As well as mounted mounted shotguns on the armor itself. But what he does first is takes that blade, lifts it off the shoulder, and spins it around and stabs into the air next to him, and you watch as it rips into the fabric of reality and he tears down. And as he does, several copies of this same mech manifest through multiple portals, just like the first one did.
Oh, I don't like it. That's too many of them.
As multiples of these sort of demonic-looking mechs with the same "Beware, I am your enemy" designation manifest into the room. Lancer's turn. Who's going first?
Would we like to get information on these guys?
Yeah, seems like a good plan.
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I would like to go.
Go ahead.
At the start of your turn, I will use my reaction to give you a leadership die.
Cool.
As I go, Phoenix, can you get me any information on these things whatsoever?
Understood, can do. So, let's see here. Yes, I think I'm gonna do that. So, is that a... No, it's just no ordnance. Very good. Okay, so first action, overcharge, taking 1 heat. To perform a scan action upon the one we first saw,
Okay.
and this guy. I want their full specs.
Your scan reveals that this entity the only information that comes back is that this entity is something referred to as a horror.
No game stats.
Which mechanically it has the abomination trait, which says scan doesn't reveal any information about horrors except that it is a horror.
Alright then. I imagine I get the same result for the other guy.
Correct.
Cool. Full action, barrage. I wish to fire my siphon beam,
All right.
which is a line 20 rifle going in this direction.
You do. I will say one other thing that you'll get out of your scan. This is more of a narrative thing.
Mm-hmm.
All of these mechs are identical.
Okay.
Like, perfectly identical.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the best line I can get. Oh wait, no, I can move first.
Yeah.
So, hang on, let's see. Yes, there we go, very good. I do not have control of my token, I believe.
Oh,
yep,
hang
I
on.
do not.
Sorry about that. Hang on.
All good. Yes, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I move to there. And then I fire the siphon beam in this direction to hit both my allies and the guy at the topmost. However, allied characters in the line of fire of my siphon beam are not attacked. Instead, I bolster them.
Which does what?
Which means I can do a number of things because I have systems that affect my bolster. I will use my ablative shield generator both times to give both Beetle and Shiny's mech that I can't pronounce resistance to all damage, heat, and burn from the first attack that hits them before the end of their next turn.
Sweet.
And then I make an attack against this guy right here, which crits.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
So I'm going to roll another 3d6. And I'll take the 12 damage to that guy.
Don't you take just the 3 highest?
No, you can't pick and choose between sets.
Okay, you just roll 2 sets and pick one? Okay.
I mean, that just makes sense. Oh, wait. No, you're right. I was
I was
thinking
pretty certain
in
you roll
terms-
double the number of dice and pick the highest 3.
Yes, so 4, 4, and 5 for a total of 13.
Yep.
It is armor piercing and energy damage if either of those matter.
So 13 was the damage?
Yes.
Okay, hang on one second. Yeah, no, I was going to take that. Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, you blast through it, and you watch as like the energy beam rockets through it and just like punches a hole right through where the heart should be on a mech on a person of this size. And it sort of stumbles back 2 steps and then straightens up. Their turn.
I should note, because I am leader rank 3, you can also expend that leadership die to deal an extra plus 1d6 bonus damage when you hit with an attack, or reduce incoming damage by 1d6.
I will keep that in mind, thank you. Phoenix will get on the comm as... I should have said this earlier, but Phoenix will get on the comm as she moves into position. No data available. Be advised, this could be anything.
Understood.
Brace myself.
All right. Hang on 1 second.
When I can go, if we can get some of them like clustered up, I can pin some of these down.
The one that
So-
was hit is going to go first. Actually, that was the first one. That was the one that summoned the others, so it can't go yet. So this one's going to go instead.
No, the one that summoned the other was the one that's in front of me.
Yeah, that's the one that was hit, wasn't it? Oh,
The
no,
one
was
that
it?
was hit was this one
no.
up here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, hang on.
Was the topmost one that got hit.
Right. So yeah, then that one is the one that's going to go first. That's going to go first. So you watch as the hole that you made begins to regrow. It gains a little bit of overshield automatically.
Possible regenerative capabilities. Focus fire single targets.
And just begins to move very quickly. Runs right up to Phoenix.
You mean Valkyrie?
Sorry, Valkyrie. Right. Look, names are difficult.
There's a lot of them. To be fair.
And that wicked Terashima blade that it's carrying just comes swinging down at you.
What mode is it using?
Hang on. I think a 25 hits you.
Generally, yes.
All right. All right, so you take 8 points of eight kinetic damage as the sword just comes slicing across your chest, and it's going to make a second attack.
I have resistance to that, so I take 4.
Oh, good. Another 20.
Could you stop that?
For another 8 damage. So, 4 again. So just 2 quick strikes across your chest. and that sort of that grinning demon mask just sort of stares you right down in the face. All right, Lancers.
Hang on a second, because I'm trying to see if I don't think I have actual armor on this thing.
If you don't mind, if I go, I can try and pin some of these down so they're not they're gonna have a harder time attacking us all subsequently.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out whether or not I just lost a structure or not. I can't tell whether it has any armor.
Uh-oh.
I just realized I was muted. The SSC Atlas does not have any armor.
Okay, cool, yep. Okay, cool. Glancing Blow.
You only have 8 hit points.
Yeah, the SSC Atlas has a base HP of 8.
Uh-huh.
Actually has a base HP of 6. I have personalizations.
All right.
Eesh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I am going to go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 there, and then I can do a...
Oh, no, I don't have personalizations. That's why I'm only at 8.
As my full action, a mag field, blast 3 magnetic field with at least one space adjacent. How many of these can I hit? Is that?
What's the blast?
It's a blast 3 magnetic field. I don't want to be in it, but it has to be adjacent to me.
Let's see. Blast 3 is
That
point
big.
and then 3 spaces out from it. So
So
Oh, excellent.
within 3, if it's blast 3 of where you're at right now, that's everybody except for the one that's attacking Shawnee.
Actually-
that would be a burst. So if you do, you can place it there, but you don't need to move to put it down.
Yeah, let me not move then, because I'd like to. I'd like
Yeah,
to
there you
not
go.
be in it, because that would be bad if I was in it.
Yeah, then in that case, yeah, you can get all of them except for the one that's attacking Shawnee.
Yes, I will do that. They all have to make hull saves or be pulled as close to the center as possible and become immobilized.
Alright, 4 hull
Yeah,
saves coming in.
when they start their turn in it, or enter it for the first time in a round.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So if they're entering it right now, I don't know.
They start in it, so it's when they start their turn. They get pulled.
Okay.
does that
Alright.
stop their movement if they fail, or?
Yes, they become immobilized.
Yeah, so
Okay.
when they start their turn in it or enter it for the first time, they must succeed on a hull save or be pulled as close to the center as possible and immobilized.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Also, any projectiles that go through there, if they are kinetic or explosive, it kind of gets stopped. This is the thing I did when I exploded myself.
Well, the next
Hopefully
one,
better
the next one to
this time.
go rolls a 5 on their hull save, and yoink gets yanked right into the middle there,
Excellent.
and immobilized. He still has his turn though, right?
Yes.
Yes, he just is immobilized, so he still
Yeah.
does get to take his turn, but is immobilized.
Can't
Yeah.
move.
There's a moment of like pause as it's yanked in the middle, and then reaches behind it and pulls this large serrated machete off of its back, and goes to throw it, but it's in a mag field. So it goes
So
to
the range
throw it,
attack stops.
and the blade just stops right in front of it as it lets go of it, and
Excellent.
twists its head quizzically, looking at it.
Excellent. Very excellent.
Lancer's turn.
All right.
That would be shiny.
So,
I love my abilities. They're great. This is gonna be fun.
Thought Shawnee froze there for a second, but they were just holding really still.
Yep. So, like a.
Like a knife in a magfield.
Like I'm
I was
trying to
gonna go with like one of those like chameleons where you just sort of like. But that is more thematically appropriate.
I will, first off, overcharge for a swing of this charge blade into the one in front of me. 1d20 plus 1d6 plus... What's our grid at right now? Is it at 2 by now?
I put the image of the I put the full actual token art of the Mimir clones you're fighting in Slack.
Gotta look at that. See what horror thing.
Why is all the information that I was previously able to always find now hidden from me?
What are you looking for?
What's our grid at? Our grid.
Our grid should be 2.
It should be 2. Okay.
It does not exist in Slack.
Oh, I sent it directly to Shawnee. Hang on. Oops.
Fucking
Oof.
hate. And then I'll use my full action to just unload the Cyclone Pulse Rifle into the mag field.
Ah, yes, love to see that.
Excellent.
So what happens with things that go into the mag field?
They are paused.
They get paused on the edge. Basically, when the effect ends, any ranged attacks that were stopped resume their trajectory toward the center of the affected area. So even that thing that was like getting thrown out, it got turned around to like go back in. Yeah, I have a.
The GM rolls attacks against each character within, gaining +1 per blocked attack to a maximum of +6. On a hit, these attacks each deal 1d6 per blocked attack to a maximum of 6d6.
Yep.
We're currently at +2 and 2d6
Good to
damage
know.
per attack.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what? Cancel that, because actually that makes using the that makes using the Cyclone Pulse Rifle irrelevant. So instead of using the Cyclone Pulse Rifle, I will use a quick action to throw a ricochet blade into the mag field. And then I will use my other quick action to activate Final Hunt.
Okay. So what?
I activate my core system. For the rest of the scene, I move an additional space when I voluntarily move for any reason, including like standard moves, boosts, movement from systems or talents, etc. I benefit from soft cover at all times, no matter where I am, and I can hide even in the open without requiring cover. The only way to reveal me is for the character to search for me, or for me to lose hidden as normal, for instance by using boost, attacking, forcing a save, and so on. When active, once per round, when I make a melee or range attack while hidden, my target must also succeed on a hull save or be knocked prone. This takes place before the attack is rolled. So as the one that's in front of me is struck into me twice, and the system is sort of adjusting, she just sort of reaches out, grabs one of the three, throwing like spinning blades on her belt, and throws one into the mag field, and then lines of energy begin to pulse up and down the power armor as the Bloodline Active Assist begins to engage, as the suit's augmented systems begin to activate, and her movements begin to become more agile and swift.
All right. All right. That makes it the Mimir clone's turns again. So let's have another one roll. This one succeeds on the save to escape the field.
Yep. It is still difficult terrain for them.
Yeah, but they can move out of it.
Yes.
This one moves over to here. Not quite in range or anything, but it does pull out another one of those machetes and just flings it over. This time at this one's gonna be at Fury.
Sure.
Just a machete flying at you.
I have. Let's see here. Oh no, that's a reaction attack. Never mind. I got excited for a second. Actually, would this be kinetic damage?
Yes, it will be when it hits. You have resistance to it.
Reaction. I can attempt to parry an attack that would deal kinetic damage to me.
Okay.
You can wait to see if it hits first. So
That's
Well,
true.
I rolled a 20, which makes it a crit.
Yes, I would like to try and do that. If I get a 5 or a 6 on a d6, the attack misses.
Go ahead and roll.
Oh,
That's a 1. So it does hit me, yes.
Yeah, so you go to parry, but your movements are slightly too slow as this serrated machete just embeds into the chest of your mech.
Aw, okay.
And it digs in through the armor plating. You are shredded.
I don't like that.
Until the end of your next turn. And you take 5 kinetic damage.
Which you do have resistance to.
Okay, so what does resistance mean?
Oh
in
wait,
this
shredded
case?
doesn't. Shredded means you don't benefit from armor resistance. My
Right.
apologies.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
5.
that was. Yep, ordering the shred before the damage. Yep.
Thanks anyway. You tried. I appreciate it. Alright, I'm still up.
Do you have any over? You don't have any
This is-
overshield, do you? No.
Oh wait, I have armor. Does armor? I
Shredded
always forget how
specifically
stuff-
ignores the armor.
Shredded
Yeah,
orange.
Shredded
Okay.
ignores both armor and resistance, which is a
Thank
pain
you.
in the nuts.
Then, for their second attack, they point their free hand, the one that just threw the machete, towards Phoenix. Open their hand, and from their palm, a small hole iris is open, and a thin beam of energy just shoots out towards you.
Mm-hmm.
We want as few of these in play as possible.
I'd like to be killing the one that just attacked me, but apparently the dice hate us right now.
Yeah. They're doing that roll 20 thing where you get either really low results or really high results, and like the middle range, doesn't
I feel like a
exist.
9 probably misses you.
It does.
Yeah, so you duck out of the way as this beam of energy just lances past you, and there's a explosion behind you as it hits the photon wall behind you.
Yeah, Phoenix just twists and the shot goes through where the shoulder would be, except there's no arm there.
And the last one. What's your save target, Mara?
It is 13.
And it succeeds.
Damn it.
1, 2, 3.
Bear in mind, it takes 2 squares for each movement that it moves while outside the area.
Which is why the first step I did was take a step outside the area. It still can't get anybody in melee though.
That's
I mean,
still
it was
well
still
within
inside that
range.
area for this whole
would
whole
that have been?
walk.
Would that have been inside the area still?
It's last 3.
All right.
It was roll big.
Yeah, so its first step took 2,
Oh, there you
then
go.
4,
Yeah.
then 6.
That's as far as it
And
gets
7.
there. That's as far as it
Which
gets there.
means that this guy would also be a bit further back as well.
Yeah, that would have been 2, 4, 6.
He's still within range for the actions he took, but
Well, no, because he would have still been in the aura when he threw it, and thus the axe is now in the mag field.
if he's on the border, I would say he could throw out of it.
I mean, if he's in the mag field,
If
anything.
he's
Ranged
Oh, it's-
attacks that deal kinetic or explosive damage can't enter or leave the affected area. Projectiles stop at the edge, doing no damage.
Yep.
That is the purpose of the mag field. If they're in the edge, they're in the edge.
Hang on, I need to get an actual Blast 3 template then, because
Okay, yeah.
the circle isn't a full Blast template.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait.
Hang on.
Dang it, I have a blast 2, but not a blast 3. That's a pain.
I had a Blast template at some point, but hang on. Blast 3 template with RPG. It is squared, or it is
Hexes.
it's hexes. It's hexes aren't circles. It's kind of odd.
Oh, I know what we can do. I'm going to put my blast 2 template into Slack, and then we can treat that space and every hex adjacent to it. Does that work?
Sure.
There we go.
I do not see it.
I got
It should be there now.
Aha! Yes.
So center that on the that dude right there. Yeah, they would definitely still be in
Okay,
it.
so yeah, he would still be in it. Alright. Then he would not have thrown the machete, so you can take that damage back, Fury. He would have
Sweet.
only shot the beam.
Okay, and I would have to be up here because I have to be adjacent to.
One space back.
One space back.
This
'cause
was big.
that's
Oh
blast
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So this one will also only fire the energy beam. It only stops kinetic attacks, right?
Yeah, it stops kinetic and explosive. It doesn't stop
Yep.
energy.
Yeah, it does not stop energy weapons.
Alright. So this one is going to shoot an energy blast. This is going to shoot an energy blast at Fury, then.
That's fair. And I'm not shredded.
You are not sure. Correct.
Which means you will
Well, I
get resistance to
mean,
this
I
attack.
am, but no one can see it. It's under a bunch of armor, so.
Yeah, that's
roll-
called being a
roll
pilot.
a natural 20.
Ah,
Now this isn't energy. You can't try and parry it. So yeah,
yeah,
but you do still have resistance to this damage.
I do.
Unfortunately, there's no critical effect on this ability. You just take 8 energy damage.
Used to 4.
My armor does apply to that. And
Yes.
resistance?
It does.
Yep.
Yes.
Which order does armor resistance apply in? Is it armor first,
Armor.
resistance second?
Armor always comes first.
So, yeah, armor first, resistance second. So it reduces it by your armor, then cut that.
So
In.
7, and then cut that in half.
2, 3.
You are also knocked back 2.
Okay. Knocked back 2. If I'm having 7, does that get rounded up or down?
Always round up, so you take
Round up, so
4.
4.
Okay.
You are the blast hits you, does a bit of damage, and then you skid backwards.
Alrighty.
All right. That's the end of the round. We're top of the next round, but at the top of the next round, we're actually going to go ahead and take our break here, and we'll come back for round 2. So those of you that are watching live, please continue with these commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're back. A dinosaur story.
We fit within the little hexes. You gotta like anyway.
What?
You have to rotate the bad guys so the pointy end is. Yep, there we go. Excellent, thank you. Now you have to fix. Mine is correct. Everyone else's is wrong, and it's bothering me.
Oh, the orientation of
Yes,
the
they
hexes of our model of our tokens.
They don't have an even.
Oh, that's
they need to be rotated like this.
That's because I used token stamp instead of
Yeah, no, it's a very small little thing, but it was I noticed and then I couldn't stop noticing.
Yeah, now I can't stop noticing either. Thanks.
If it helps, if it helps you any, think of the tokens being angled weird as just another bit of Horus bullshit that we have to deal with.
That does help. I don't mind it as much on the bad guys. It's us that's really bothering me.
It's just a bunch of Horus bullshit. What can I say?
Yeah.
Hashtag just Horus things.
Just Horus.
I say hashtag just paracausal things.
Just things paracausal. I think you have to do some
just things paracausally. There you go.
Just that little bit.
Just to make it that tiny bit weird.
That would be where I would accept a dinosaur story. Just saying. If you want to put some dinosaurs in here, I'm into it.
All right. So, let's get back to the ass kicking.
Us kicking them.
Sure.
I hope.
Okay. Answers, go.
Well, I feel like if I delay, once my turn ends, that little detonation is going to go off. So if we can get some more blasts in there to really kill that guy.
I would like to go because I want to kill this thing.
And that is the one that has been hurt already, so...
Yep. So, I am no longer impaired, so I can do things that actually have attacks without trouble. So first, quick action on my turn. I choose to hide, because I can do that. There's no roll in that, I am just now hidden. And with my other quick action, I attack with my charge blade. It now needs to make a hull save.
Against what?
Target 12.
Natural 1 makes it a 3.
It is now prone.
A plan.
And then so prone is a status effect that I think makes it easier for me to hit them in melee.
Indeed. All, not just in melee, all attacks against a prone target have +1 accuracy.
Nice.
Excellent.
So this is going to be...
Oh no, I fell over and now all my tech stuff is all...
It's harder to dodge when you've fallen over. That was one of those things.
I critically hit them with my charge blade.
Yes. Nice.
Well done, well done.
This is also a finishing blow, which means that I deal plus 1d6 damage on a successful melee attack against a prone target. Is bonus damage doubled on a crit as well, or just added extra?
Well, damage
if there are dice
doubled,
involved,
you just roll twice and take the better.
Yep.
Yeah. Does bonus damage also take the effect of the crit?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So that's going to be
all the dice you roll twice and take the better.
Charge blade is going to be slash roll 1d6. Sorry, slash roll 2d6. Keep 1 plus 1d plus 2d3. Keep 1 plus 3. I think. Yes.
Oh, hey, Jack just subscribed with their this Prime Gaming subscription. Thanks,
Yay.
Jack, for subscribing to our channel.
All right, cool. 10 AP damage.
Ooh, nice.
All right, it's dead. How do you do it?
So the enemy strikes into the Hjorthrimel, and as the final hunt activates and this sort of energy begins to pulse down the veins of it, it like vanishes in sort of like the speed of motion blur where they just sort of flicker for a second and are gone. And then the energy blade just emerges from the chest of the clone as she appears behind it, and just kicks it to the ground.
As that one falls over. Well, not all of my creations have all of my skills. You hear that voice again echoing in your mechs. Doesn't seem to be coming from any of the figures that are here. Enemy's turn.
Sure.
Hey, that one finally gets to move. 2, 4,
Oh, if they start their turn.
6.
I think that one might just be immobilized for the duration. Hang on.
Yeah, it's immobilized. They don't say anything about.
It's just immobilized
yeah.
for its turn.
They don't get
nope.
they don't get to repeat until the field is gone.
Yeah.
It just says becomes immobilized, so I assume that immobilization
Yep.
persists until the effect ends.
Let me look at the ability.
Yeah, they don't get
Yes.
to repeat the save.
There's the text. It's copied and pasted. And I think ones that like start their turn within it, so those ones that couldn't quite make it out have to make the save again.
What ability is that coming off of?
That's
This
Mag
is-
Field. That's the core power off the Black Witch. That's the ultimate.
Yep. I did my one big thing because there were a lot of them.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I'm glad it worked this time.
Causing the following effects until the end of your next turn. Oh, okay. So yeah, they're
so-
immobilized until the end of the turn. Okay.
Yeah, they're immobilized. They're immobilized until the end of
Fury's
Fury's turn.
Beetle of Fury's next turn.
All right. Well,
Yep.
I guess that one didn't move. This one did because it hasn't rolled yet. 2, 4.
Did it make its hull save?
Yeah. I mean, the other one couldn't have rolled, so I just swapped it to this one. They have the same roll. This one's going to come up and give a couple of slashes to Valkyrie.
It's at a difficulty because I always have soft cover.
Yep. Two attacks, an 8 and a 19.
The 19 would hit. However, one second. Yes, I will expend the Blade Master die that I got for hitting the last one to gain resistance to the damage of his attack.
Right. So that's going to be 6 kinetic damage.
Reduced to 3. as the first attack comes in, and Valkyrie bends at the waist at an almost impossible angle with the bloodline assist fueling her agility, and the second one comes in and she brings the energy blade up to sort of deflect it off to one side as it impacts, but not as heavily as it could have. My evasion, for the record, is 17. So if they weren't rolling like madmen, it would be a lot harder than they hit me.
He's going to activate instinct mode for his second quick action.
In fact, these things presumably have a flex mount with two weapons that both have a plus that both deal 8 damage is ridiculous. If they're making 2 attacks on 1 quick action.
It's just something that NPCs can do.
Yeah, the weapon that it uses at its tier gets 2 attacks.
Mm.
It's not that NPCs aren't built the same as player characters.
Yeah, but the fact that it's got 2 of them that deal 8 damage is ridiculous.
Well, 6 damage. It does more damage if it crits. But it didn't crit on it. So. Alright. That makes it Lancer's turn. Go, Lancers.
I would like to go.
Go for it.
Alright.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to barrage. First shot will be with my satellite railgun.
Go ahead.
It will target this gentleman here and immediately get stopped by the mag field.
Alright.
My second shot will be with shroud missiles, which I believe... give me a line, thank you. Yep, definitely within range. Again, targeting this gentleman right here, get stopped by the mag field, and on attack with the shroud missiles, I put a blast 1 cloud of smoke right here. So Mara gets soft cover until the end of my next turn.
Sweet.
All right.
Thank
But
you.
as long as you stay within that zone.
Cool.
That's the end of your turn.
I feel like I should do something more. How many shots have gone into the mag field now? I think it's 5.
Ricochet blade, a thrown machete.
Railgun, shroud missiles. That's 4.
Yeah. 4.
Okay. You know what? I think I am just going to stay right where I am. Actually, no. Having seen the knockback and not wanting to make contact with the walls, I will park myself right there, just in case.
You
That's
don't want to meet the wall?
Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to get into the cover that I just created.
Yeah.
Alright, roll to move through the base. This one fails the roll and gets yanked back over to there.
Yes.
Lancers.
Okay, well, it's me. I am going to... Let's see here. This doesn't actually tell me... Oh, it's threat 2. Okay.
If you can put any more attacks into the mag field, you have 2 targets that are going to get hit by it at the end of your turn.
3.
I can, yeah.
It's only the ones that are in the center that actually get hit.
I don't actually have any projectile weapons.
The ability
Each character
says
within.
the area, period.
Oh yeah.
So 3.
Ooh. Have you got Ferris Slash?
No, I don't. I did not take that this time. I, as we were starting, I was looking at my thing. It's like, oh shit, I forgot that one. I should have put it on, but I didn't. I do not. What I can do though is,
Oh right, I take another point of heat from firing Z missiles, which is fine.
Sorry, looking at my things really quick. I was looking at something and then I decided not to do that, which is always a good sign. I am. What does this do again? Yeah, I'm gonna put a repulse plate. I'm gonna deploy a perimeter command plate as a quick action. Within range 5, it's a 2x2 space. I'm gonna do it on this one right here.
And it has to be a free space, unfortunately.
It has to be a free space. There's not enough free space there. Shoot. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, it does say free space. I'm just gonna do a pinning spire. Activate
At
pinning. At, so I am going to, yeah, I'm going to step out of the cover, which is beautiful, but I have to be within 2. I think
That's still in the cover.
I'm still in it? Sweet. Yep. All right. I'm going to activate Pinning Spire as my quick action. You and one character within range 3 and line of sight become immobilized. It cannot be moved in any way. So it's stuck right there.
That was just a copy of the mag field.
Oh, it is.
Pinning Spire is
that
from
not?
White Witch.
Yes. Not copied?
Yep, I get you.
Yeah, it did not. Well, that's annoying. Come on.
I gotcha.
Thank you. It considers me within range for melee attacks. But it is pinned, so it can't move.
I know White Witch was released in a book. Which book was it released in?
American Trade Baronies, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Which target are you? Which character are you targeting? And also
I'm
range.
targeting.
Also, it's range 3.
Yes.
You technically
Range
didn't need to move then, yeah.
You didn't
I didn't need to move.
No.
Okay.
You're targeting
I
the one
would've
next to Valkyrie.
Yes, the one next to Valkyrie.
All right.
And at the end of my turn, boom. But can I do anything else? Let's see here.
You do still have another quick action, yes?
I do.
Good swing.
Oh, I
with
should
the
have done that.
Are you using the ferrofluid lance?
Yeah, I should do that instead of this one. I'm sorry. They're very similar, and I
You can
mixed
do
them up.
both.
Yes.
You're always considered to be with it. Wait, is it just the enemies always considered
Just
with the melee?
it's just them. I don't think it's me. Not according to the.
But the
canon.
ferrofluid lance has a threat of 2. So because you move one step closer, you
Yes.
can hit them with the lance.
Yeah,
Yep.
there you go.
Yeah. So I'm going to do that. This is an attack. I have that in my sheet already. Yeah, this is a terrible roll though. I think I missed.
6 misses, yes.
Yep. Okay. That is my turn. I am stuck there as well.
But at the end of your turn,
The end of my turn, explosion.
So all three of the targets get an attack that has +4 to hit and deals 4d6 damage on the hit.
1d6 kinetic damage per block attack. So attack against each with +4 to hit. So their evasion is that. Hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
I feel like you would roll damage once, like a normal AoE attack. Oh wait, no. Hang on. Let me double check that. Scroll. Yeah.
Says rolls
Technically,
attack.
I think it describes it as separate attacks. Yeah.
The GM rolls attacks against each character within, and each attack deals 1d6 kinetic damage per block damage.
Yeah,
so
I get you.
Cool.
Yeah. It's not technically an explosion. It's separate
it's not an
attacks.
explosion. It's all your projectiles hitting them at different angles
Yeah,
and
that's
different
fair.
trajectories.
Yeah.
Still, some good damage rolls there.
They are all three still up, but they did take a good bit of damage.
Okay.
And this goes away. Alright, enemy's turn. This one's in melee range with you, so it's going to hit you.
Okay.
Didn't it already go? Is that the one that attacked me?
Oh wait, yeah. Sorry. This one.
Yeah, it's the one on the top that hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, it's the one on the top and the one that was in dead center already. That haven't gone.
And
It
Oh,
hasn't
yeah.
gone yet because it couldn't go.
And that guy I have pinned at the end of my turn, I can fling him somewhere. So I'm looking forward to that.
Or at the start of your next one, yeah.
You're
Yes.
getting 2 melee attacks coming at you.
All right.
An 11 and a 14.
What is your evasion?
My evasion is 14, so I think one of them
The
hits.
second one hits, yeah.
You can try and
You
mag
take-
parry that one.
Ooh, I could. That is true. Let me do that. Let's see here. Now.
Ah,
You take 6 kinetic
So-
damage.
All right.
reduced to 3 because you have resistance to kinetic damage.
All righty. That's not bad.
Because the Black Witch is just like reverse magnetic. Just everything physical go away from me.
Yep. I got like little bullets and shrapnel and stuff just haloing.
And this one's going to come up and make 2 attacks at. Oh, that one also entered into. Oh wait, you attacked the one that was already in instant mode. Yeah, so you get an attack back. You actually get an attack back from the one that you targeted with your Ferrofluid Lance
Ah,
because of instinct mode.
shoot.
But they miss. Yeah. And 2 attacks coming at Phoenix.
Alright.
13 and an 11.
Both hit.
Alright, so that's 2 instances of 6 kinetic damage each.
Do I have armor? Do I have armor? No. Okay, I take a point of structure.
And roll.
That's a 2, which I believe is system trauma. Double checking. It is.
So what system gets peeled away as these 2 sword strikes?
Let's see. Well, we're about to find out.
And it also enters instinct mode.
It is a 5, so a system is destroyed. What can I afford to lose? I will destroy my Motivator Tuning Suite, which was another bolster option.
And that's the end of the round. Top of the round, Lancers.
All right. Do we want me to fling this one or wait? I don't really have a lot of offensive attacks, so if other people want to attack more, I can hold off.
Hang on. think attacking might be worthwhile.
That's fair.
Let
Get rid of
me,
some of these.
I have an idea for what I can do, which will preserve myself a little bit, if that's all right.
It's fine with me.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. I will full action stabilize to clear heat and reload loading weapons.
That feels like a good plan.
Then overcharge.
Okay.
I take 2 heat, and I throw a Spectre grenade at this unit directly in front of me. I need it to make a system save.
What does the Spectre grenade
If they fail the system save, they become slowed, don't cause reaction, can't take reactions, and don't cause engagement until the end of my next turn.
Ooh.
do? Is that an attack?
Nope, they need to make a save.
Nice.
Rolled a 6.
That's a failure. Okay, and since they cannot take reactions and don't cause engagement until the end of my next turn, I'm gonna move. I'm leaving now. I'm gonna go over here.
Oh. Yeah, no, that one. The other one did.
And that's my turn. That soft cover I created goes away.
Enemy's turn. This one is determined to get to do something. This one's actually going to go again. The one that is currently locked in place by Fury is going to attack Fury twice.
Sure. Uh-huh.
A 22 and a 22, both of which are crits.
Yes, those both hit. And I already used my reaction, so.
Alright, you take 12 and then 14 points of damage.
Oh! Ow! I had 3 hit points. I think that means I take some damage.
Yeah!
It's kinetic damage, so you are
It is kinetic
resistant
damage.
and your armor.
I is. So what was it again? It was-
12 and then 14.
So
six
6.
and seven.
So
6 and 7.
3. I got a 1. Direct hit.
Which means you make a
I'm
stunned. until the end of
stunned.
your next turn.
Yes. Which is not good. 3,
You can
4,
also-
5, 6.
It's a new round, so you can also attempt to parry one of those.
No, because it doesn't get reactions back until the start of her next turn.
Yeah. And then that spills over. And then what was the second one? That was 14?
Which ended up being 7.
7. Okay. Minus my armor, which is 6. Oh wait, that would happen first. 13.
It
Yeah,
would
it's
still
still
be-
7. Still be 7. I take another structure damage. Did not have that many.
2d6 then.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Was that rolled with? Oh no, you moved already. The cover's gone.
A 6 and a 1.
And melee attacks
Oh.
are cover.
Oh no! Okay, I have to pass a halt check or be destroyed. Even on a successful check, your mech is stunned until the end of your next turn. This isn't good.
Oh, so you got a second structure damage? Or a third, I guess?
Yes.
Second.
Second, yeah.
Second. Yeah. Okay, I have to make a hull check. Which is gonna be plus
D20
1.
plus-
Yep. This is going good.
I have a response to this.
Okay.
Morale booster. When an allied character within line of sight of the banneret makes an attack check or save, I can give you an accuracy on the roll.
Thank you.
So add a
What
d6.
does that do?
Add an
D6.
extra d6.
Plus 1d6. Okay, here we go. 17.
I assume that's a
Yeah.
success.
I assume.
Just stunned. Well, checks are always 10, so.
Whew. Okay, that's fun.
So double stunned.
No,
Yeah.
just
It's stunned. It goes away at the end of her next turn.
Well, because there
Yeah,
were two
duration.
structures, both of which generated stun. But
Yep, but conditions don't stack ever. So
there you go. All right, Lancers.
Well, I think that's me.
I also haven't gone yet.
Oh, you haven't?
yeah, I was the first one to go. So
Gonna go. I'm not really gonna do anything.
Honestly, if you go, you can just clear your stun and have your reaction back to try and parry anything else coming at you.
Sure, let me try that.
Right. So you go. You're stunned. So your turn ends, and you get your reaction back.
Woo!
And enemies. That one's gone. That one's gone so far. So this one shifts over to here. And is going to... I need both Valkyrie and Fury to make agility saves.
Good thing I'm not stunned. Agility, have +2. That's a
God damn
natural
it.
one, so 3.
Fucking 8.
We're so bad at these.
Those are both failures.
We're so bad at
I'm absolutely not bad with a +5 to my agility saves.
Now I need
So
both.
fucking
Now
dice.
I need both of you to make a hull save.
Oh, I'm worse at those.
Fucking...
But really, it's about the die roll at this
Ah.
point. Oh, that's another one. So 2 total, which I assume fails.
So you are both knocked prone and take 9 kinetic damage.
Ow. Well, good news.
As it just steps in between the two of you and does a very quick flourish with that sword that strikes both of you around the legs.
Yeah, 8 to 4. Okay.
Knocking you down.
4 is not bad.
Well, it's 9 to 4. 9 to 4.
Yeah.
Cool. I use my multi-gear maneuver system and then take another structure damage.
Ooh. That's your second structure damage?
No, I take my third now.
Third? Oh god.
My EVA module is also gone.
Fix yourself back up, Valkyrie.
I mean, I'm back at full now because that was exactly the one health I had left plus another full health bar.
Okay.
Lancers. All right. Yeah. It was Valkyrie then.
Hang on. Yep, lost my multi-gear and my EVA module.
That dude's doing real good at 1 hit point.
Let's
Wait,
fix
that
that,
enemy
shall
has
we?
1 hit point? Damn it.
Yeah, the guy that just knocked you both down only has 1 hit point.
Ah.
If
I should have just shot him.
Yeah. Damn it.
Okay, let's fix that.
tactical combat is stressful, we all make decisions.
Cool, he's dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you get up?
I mean, I would have had to, yes.
Yeah, right.
What does it take to stand up from prone? Is it
Just
a
your
move?
standard move.
Yeah, just your move. Cool.
And it doesn't provoke any reactions or anything.
Cool. So move there, and then second quick action, throw my second ricochet blade. A line 3 path, dealing 2 kinetic damage to all characters within the affected area. So line 3 path, hitting both of those two. Because it originates from in front of me and goes, yeah, right there.
Does it originate from in front of you?
Yeah, it's a 3 squares long line originating from 1 square adjacent to me.
Okay.
Or hex, but yeah.
So then I guess you could also technically go that way, couldn't you?
I could if I wanted to throw it like that, yeah.
That's a weird one. I've seen a few discussions about whether that can actually be done.
It's basically me like side swiping it essentially. Because it originates from any 1 square adjacent to you and goes in a straight line that is X number of squares long, X number of hexes long. Theoretically, if I wanted to hit myself, I could have it originate in front of me and pass over me.
Now that I'm fairly certain you can't do. Like, you can't point a flamethrower backwards to hit you and everyone behind you.
I will... That one's already gone. No, it hasn't. But yeah, I will throw it... Yeah, why not? I'll throw it this way. To hit these two.
Alright. So what is the... Is it just do damage, or is it...
Just does 2 kinetic damage.
Okay. Let's see.
It deals 2 kinetic damage, and they have to make an agility save or take another d6 plus 3 kinetic damage.
They are both going to rebound this attack.
It's not an attack.
It's not an attack.
It is a limited system, like a grenade.
Look at it real quick. So many
Atlas 2.
Terminology.
Yeah. So agility saves. A 16 and a 15.
Oh, I'm sorry. Correction. The agility save for extra damage is only on the rebound. It doesn't have to rebound, so it just does 2 damage to the 2 people in the initial
Gotcha.
area.
Okay.
I was reading the text weirdly.
Alright, so we'll take your damage. Anything else? I do want a quick action here. I don't think you can because you've attacked. You stood up, attacked, and threw ricochet blades.
Right. Yes, that's right. Yes, I did both of those.
So, enemy turns. This one's.
I mean,
come
strictly
over.
speaking, hold on, because I can overcharge.
Sure, go ahead.
I will, in fact, overcharge, taking 1 heat, and take another swing with my charge blade against the guy in front of me. This is not with an accuracy because it's not my first one.
Feel it. Get these numbers back.
11.
That's a miss. Nimbly dodges to the side of your attack. This one runs over to Phoenix.
Hi.
To make 2 strikes. 12 and a 16.
Yep. Could you not?
6 kinetic damage, 6 kinetic damage.
I take another structure.
2 more strikes.
Okay, so it's just another system trauma.
Is the one next to Fury already gone yet?
I think it has.
I don't know.
No, it's the only one remaining that hasn't.
A 3. Oh, I lose a weapon this time. I will drop the shroud missiles.
No, it did go. Because it caused the...
Yeah, that one did. That one moved in and caused...
Yeah, that one caused the almost blow up.
No, that was the one that I killed. That I just killed. That one right there.
I'm going to say it's already gone because I remember it having gone, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and that's to my disadvantage. So, Lancers, go ahead.
This guy did the swing that hit both of you.
Yeah, they hit both of you. And then this one hit
then-
Fury for a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense to
yeah,
me.
then they've all gone
Yep.
now.
Yeah. So, Lancers, go.
I would like to get rid of this thing.
Do it.
Please do.
I'm not a damage dealer right now, so go for it.
1d8 plus 1d6 plus 2.
Field control.
14 to hit. I believe hits these guys.
14 hits.
Cool. I get a second Blade Master die. Which deals 1d3 plus 3, 4 AP energy damage.
Yep.
And then important things. I expend one of my 2 Blade Master dice to target this individual with a feint as a free action. Also, remember that you still have a leadership die.
Yes, I do.
You can use to reduce damage or increase your damage.
I probably should have used that sooner.
And so I have chosen this target as a feint target, which means I ignore engagement with him and do not provoke reactions from him when I move. And I am going to move at a speed of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And use my second quick action to hide, which I can do out in the open. I am now hidden.
Which does what?
I can't be targeted or basically attacked at all until someone tries to find me.
Gotcha.
Lost in the chaos of battle.
NPC turns. That's okay. They still got 2 other targets.
And with my free action, I will issue an order. With another free action, I will issue an order to Fury with keep your guard up. It's time to bring these things down. You also get a leadership die.
Yay! What does that do?
Which you can use it to either get an accuracy on anything that pertains to following the order I just gave you, or when you hit someone, you can expend it for an extra d6 of damage, or when you are hit, you can expend it to reduce the damage by a d6.
Excellent.
So this one right here begins swinging its sword. I need both Fury and Phoenix to make agility saves.
Alrighty.
Ugh. 3.
Better agility saves. Say confidently. Plus 2. That's a 4 total.
All right, and I need both of you to make hull saves.
Okay.
10.
15.
So, Fury, you are not knocked prone.
Yeah.
Phoenix, you are knocked prone. And you both take 6 kinetic damage.
Cool, I'm going to use my leadership die.
That's a good thing. That's a good time to use it.
Hey, no damage.
Hey! Would you also like to use your leadership die, Mara?
I would, yes. Let's do that. 2 damage.
Alright, yeah.
Which
so
is
one,
halved
yeah,
to
halved to
1.
1 because of your resistance. Yeah, so you both take the warning to heart as the sword comes in this time and get out of the way, although Phoenix, you do slightly overcorrect and fall over.
Doesn't mean you don't take damage at all, though. See, that's the thing.
You fell over,
Which is
missing the blade
thing
entirely.
Where, like doing the limbo and you just sort of...
I choose to believe that I used any means necessary to get out of the way of the sword.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Just depends on the angle you're looking at it at.
Lancers.
I reloaded my stuff, so you know what? I would very much like to go to see if I can shoot 2 of these people.
Do it.
At the
I'm
start
in
of your
favor of
turn.
this.
At the start of your turn, I'll use a reaction. Bring it down, Phoenix. Time to go. And give you another leadership die.
There is a considerable clanking of metal as, and you can hear sparking over the comms as she's working on it. And this is why I keep the siphon beam. I would like to barrage
Alright, go ahead.
in this direction.
Alright.
Okay. Fire 1. And yeah. It's on. Leadership dice is on the action used, right?
You can give it an accuracy on the action, or when you hit, you can add a d6 to the damage.
Well, I
And
deal
since it's a line attack, you can deal 5d6 to both of them.
If I
But
hit.
4d6 might be plenty, so you might want to use it for the accuracy.
Yeah, I'm just going to use it for the accuracy on both attacks.
And it applies to the entire action. So yes, it applies to both of the attacks.
Yep. So fire 1, closest target. 16.
That hits.
Yeah.
Fire 2, 15.
Hits.
Cool. They both take 12.
And they're both dead.
Well done, well done.
How does that look? What does it look like when you kill those two?
It's less of a physical beam and more the radar dish array in Patience's right shoulder starts to light up. It plays just a beam. It plays a few lights over both of the mechs, and then there's kind of like almost like a swipe that. It sounds like a laser vacuum, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
And then they both just stop moving and shut down.
I don't know what you did, but that was weird. That worked.
It's a microwave beam.
And
Pretty
PC
much, yeah.
Turn. One that's left.
Here, I can
Can
give you the description of, like, the flavor text of the siphon beam if it helps.
Anything else in your turn?
Do I have anything else? It's full act. That was a full action.
Right.
You
You could overcharge, I guess.
I could overcharge, yes.
You wanted to hit the last guy before he
You know what?
kills Shuri.
Sure. I'm
Kills.
going to.
I got two. I got.
Oh, I can't fire the
structure
railgun. It's got
left.
ordnance. Well, I am at least going to inconvenience him by overcharging to take 2 more heat and throw a Spectre grenade. I need that guy to make a system save.
Rolled an 11.
My save target is 12. Haha. So he is slowed, doesn't cause engagement, and can't use reactions until the end of my next turn.
But it is his
No
turn.
rebound. No rebound for you.
But it is his turn. What does slow do again?
The only movement they can make is their standard move on their own turn.
Well, he can't move right now because he's immobilized. So he's just going to attack Fury Doors.
When did he get immobilized?
From your
When
pinning
you put him
spire.
From
there.
your pinning
Oh,
thing.
I think that has expired by this point. Let me
Oh.
double check.
And his
pinning
sword also has a
spire.
threat range of 2, so he can hit you anyways.
Oh, you actually no. On any subsequent turn, you can end this effect as a protocol. I haven't been able to because I've been stunned.
Or your target can end it by
can't
successfully hitting you with a ranged or melee attack.
So, if he's hit
So,
me, then it's
yeah.
gone.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then he's still just attacking you. So
that's yeah. I mean,
Like you do.
semantics.
a 25 and a 20,
Yeah, those both hit.
both crits.
Really wish they wouldn't.
It is kinetic damage, but you know.
Okay.
Uh, 15 and 14, so 7 and 7.
7 and 7. Okay. Well, I have that would one of them would take me to structure damage. However, I realized that I have custom paint job. I forgot about this earlier. My paint scratched on one of them.
You can also parry.
We have to roll a d6 for that, don't you? Yeah.
I do have to roll a d6.
You can roll a d6 to try and parry one of those.
I could roll a d6 to try and parry. Let me do that first. We're gonna do a bunch of things.
You don't
And I
parry.
do not
Roll
parry.
the parry and roll a d6 to see if you just scratch the paint.
Yeah,
Is it
No.
5 up or is it on a 6?
It's
It's
a
on a
6.
6.
It's on a 6
You also
specifically.
don't scratch the paint. I mean, he does scratch the paint, but it does more than scratch the paint.
It doesn't just scratch the paint. Okay, so what was that? It was 7 and 7?
Yeah, so then that's already halved from the totals.
Alright. 7. That
They
was
had
5.
a d6 plus 3 on all their
I
crits.
make a roll. System trauma. Continue. Part of my mech's has been torn off. Well, let's see here. What's destroyed? I'm gonna get rid of the pinning spire. It's not super useful. Kind of. That's 2 more on top of that, and then it was 7.
Yep.
I'm at 1.
Hey! Still up.
Still up.
1
I'm
to
still
0.
up!
Lancers.
Right. I want revenge. I could stabilize. Stuff like that. But he's been injured, right?
Would you be content with me taking revenge for you?
Isn't it my turn? Or is it?
It is
Am
your
I,
turn.
I am the only person
All right, you
who
are the
hasn't
only one.
gone
You are the
yet.
only one
Yeah.
who hasn't
Yeah.
gone yet. That's right.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm gonna
And-
attack.
And if he doesn't die this round, he will be going first next round.
Yep. I'm gonna try it. Okay. Alright. I am going to attack.
I'm going to self-destruct. Click.
No. Not. I've done that once before. I don't want to do it again. I get +1
Looks at
accuracy
self-destruct
from
button.
duelist, and I get +1 accuracy from tactician. Because another. Oh no, I do not because they're not engaged. I step up here. Damn it!
At the start of your turn, I will use my reaction again because I can do this any number of times. And Fury, finish that thing off, will you? And give you a leadership die.
Okay, excellent. So I have +1 accuracy on this attack. First melee weapon you make with a main melee weapon, which is my lance. Let's see here.
Also, a leadership
Much.
die, which you can use to get another accuracy, or you can use it to do bonus damage.
I'm gonna try and do bonus damage. I'm gonna stick with the 1 accuracy. I don't remember how I add that on here, but I'm just
plus
gonna roll.
1d6.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll this and then do the d6. That's a 1.
That was with difficulty.
Yeah, that was a minus 1d6. So that should be a 13.
Hang on.
I mean, does the Fair Food Lance have a difficulty normally to hit with?
No.
No, it does not. I had it wrong on my sheet.
Ah.
Do you want me to re-roll or use that roll?
I'll just invert it. What would it be if you inverted it?
It would be a 13.
13.
That hits.
You
Okay.
can add an extra d6 on top of that damage with the leadership die.
All right. That is 1d6 of kinetic damage, so 2d6.
It is already rolled.
Well, it's already got 5 here, so
Okay.
you
I'm
only
gonna
need to
do
roll
another
1 more.
6.
Hey, 11 kinetic
11.
damage.
That is enough to kill it.
Yes.
All right. As the last of the Mimir clones falls, you watch as all of them begin to twist and crumple, and it's almost as if miniature black holes have opened up inside them as all of them collapse in on themselves and disappear into some not this dimensional space.
Hashtag just thinks paracausal.
I need you to know that I'm really trying not to say that I stick my hand inside the black hole because
Well, the black holes aren't there anymore. It was just as if there was something inside it.
They just go.
But yeah, they crumple and collapse and are siphoned out.
Like a balloon.
Mimir's voice comes back over your comms. Well, it's impressive that you managed to deal with the first phase of my current experimentations. I may seek you out again in the future to see if you can deal with the second phase. But you have provided me the entertainment I sought, and your allies have acquired the data they sought. You may leave now. And the lights go out again, and the door is open.
I radio the other team. Status report.
Center answers. We're extracting now. How goes it down there?
It was a trap. Did you find what you were looking for?
Oh, we've got a bunch of data. I can't say that we can make sense of it just yet, but
all right. We'll see if any of it's useful. Although I think I just found the most important piece of information regarding this entire situation. We'll talk at the debrief.
All right. We haven't encountered any enemies up here, just so you're aware. It's almost like the station's abandoned.
They were waiting for us.
Oh. Well, see you back at the ship.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Agreed.
I'm gonna make a bet that this thing explodes when we leave. Just like those indicates where the wreckage of the other mech should have been, but we'll follow.
So, you walk back down that dark corridor.
I imagine we're lighting it ourselves a little bit, given how much damage we took.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just radioactive glow.
It's got the guiding lights on the floor and everything, but and also you're all sparking to certain degrees. Bits of rent metal in the mechs from where the blades hit you several times. But you all get back to the ship. Load back up.
Yup.
Since there doesn't seem to be any enemies aboard, Hauler just directs the other team back down to the docking bay, where after a few minutes they join you.
Yep.
Hauler comes out of the cockpit as y'all begin to climb out of your mechs, looks at the state of your mechs. So what the hell happened? Because there's no one on board the space station.
Absolutely no one.
Not as far as I can tell.
There may never have been. Valkyrie says as she begins to pull herself out of the Atlas, and you see that there's a decent amount of blood under that armor, but all of it seems to have clotted more quickly than regular human blood does.
I did not like that.
So what
Can
did you
we?
find?
An old ghost, and a dangerous one.
Who talks too much?
There's like an arena thing, and he was watching us fight and saying something about first phases of experiments. Can we tell anything? Were you seeing any sort of incoming signals here or anything?
Nothing.
Communications?
I don't even know how. I still don't know 100% how the docking instructions got to us. It's
Paracausally.
like it's like they were in the computer already.
So
I
you
mean, yeah,
keep okay.
saying paracausally doesn't tell like, yeah, obviously, but it doesn't tell us how.
I'm fairly certain that the entity we encountered is an Eidolon. Either
A,
that or has extreme access to high level Horus tech.
a what?
Yeah, you keep saying these words, and I don't know what they mean.
Paracausal entity that exists something like an NHP, but more dangerous.
In any event, what we did learn and can say for certain is that this Mimir fellow was the source of the assimilated creatures we encountered.
Hopefully that data is anything useful. Although it's probably only what he wanted us to have.
Well, I will go ahead and get us off this fucking station then.
Yes,
Goodbye.
please do.
She Haller heads back to the cockpit and very quickly gets the ship out of there and headed back towards Hercynian or Hercynia. The others come out of their mechs, offloading their the data cores that they were able to pull. Sinner immediately goes over and starts looking Valkyrie over. You look bad, but I assume this is standard, he says, gesturing towards where your wounds are already clotting.
Built into me. Presumably by the man who just tried to kill me.
Oh, you did good work. On both ends, honestly, he says, looking at both at the wound and that it's healing.
That's creepy. I'm getting out of my mech at this point as well. Are you okay? Is it like, I don't know, meeting him? Meeting, air quotes.
I have a lot of questions, but they'll wait.
Oh, can you take a look at this? I'll show Sinner my hand tremor. Now that I'm thinking about it, he's a medic.
I'll go over and take a look at it. Let me make a roll for him.
See, I'm doing it. Look over at Phoenix.
Who is nursing her own mechanical hand. She needs a panel beater. Because some of the fingers have gotten squished in the damage.
Here, there's a hammer in my. Just sort of like.
Sinner says,
Oh,
looking down at your hand. How long have you had this? He says, pointing at. He says, like raising your hand up, and you see just below the wrists, there's a slight discolorization. Like just below the wrist, wrapping around your forearm, there's a streak of red that seems almost like a raised welt that you completely hadn't noticed until it was pointed out.
No, I've never. That's new.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
especially when I do this, and he pokes it, and you watch that red welt moves.
Ah!
You don't feel anything, but it
get you a new
shifts
arm.
down your arm.
It just like I need to describe. Is this like a thing moving or like an ant?
Yeah,
Like something
like a thing moving.
I don't like no. Yeah,
Yuri,
I try and poke it the other way. I don't want it going further this way. I don't want it going in my chest. That seems bad. I want it like there, and then I can chop my arm off.
Yuri, I have a suggestion.
Yes.
We should get you a new arm and put that one in the nearest star.
No, I don't think we need to go that far, but
I am fairly confident, Sinner, that that arm is infested with assimilated technology.
Sinner pulls out a small little handheld device, and let me make a roll for it real quick. Another one.
Yeah, that about tracks.
Oh, natural 20, nice. He very quickly pulls out this small handheld device and just jabs it into your arm right underneath where that welt is. Pulls the trigger, and you feel your arm go cold. And you all watch as this sort of like frost develops up the wrist before the red thing can move, and it sort of like locks it in place. Hold still. Pulls out a pair of tweezers, digs them into the frost, and pulls. You feel a tug, but it doesn't hurt. As he just pulls what looks like those fish, those like flat fish that live at the bottom of the. Yeah, it looks like that as he pulls it out of your arm, and it's frozen largely. Is like holding it with a pair of tweezers, and then very quickly opens up a bag and just tosses in it, closes it. That's gonna hurt when the cryo wears off. But until then, you won't be able to use the hand. It's like, and yeah,
this is my favorite hand.
You can't move the fingers at all. That basically from the elbow down, that whole arm is basically dead to you.
Phoenix promptly clamps a hand over her mouth and says, "I've changed my mind. Let's put that thing in the nearest star."
Well, no, you should probably get this back to the folks at base so they can study it.
I feel sick. I'm going to go and find the bathroom. Excuse me. And she leaves.
I need to check everywhere.
All right, let's go out to the med bay. He'll take you out to the med bay and do a physical.
Yep. Like a tick check. Are there any more of me?
The worst kind of a tick check.
Yeah.
It does not seem to be any more than just the one.
Okay.
But as you're getting checked for ticks, and Phoenix is throwing up in the bathroom, and the ship is heading back towards base after you have encountered the entity known as Mimir. That's where we're going to end the session for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.